All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Speak Up Sal. As you guys know, I'm Sal. Started this podcast about a week ago. This is my hobby. We do this in our spare time. I teach tennis full time, and I am the father of a baby girl and the fiance to the most incredible woman in the world. So, would you like to introduce yourself for me and let everybody know who you are?
Yes, my name is Soriya, and I'm Sal's fiance. And I am 27 weeks pregnant today, which is very exciting, and we're almost through our pregnancy.
We're getting there.
Um, I am a social worker. I work at Christiana Hospital, and I'm a psychiatric social worker. So I work with people who have a psychiatric need and who need inpatient psych. So I do referrals for the hospital to other psychiatric hospitals in the state of Delaware. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much
Work at a
it.
restaurant as well. You're a
Oh yeah, I
two-job
also have another
employee.
job. I have a side hustle and I work in a restaurant. I work on Thursday nights and on the weekends. So
Yeah.
each week is like 50-hour work week, but
Yeah,
it's
she's a
good.
superstar. She never stops working. She's the best. Very lucky person. So, uh, recorded this once. We're gonna get into a second time. We feel a little more comfortable.
Hmm.
We're very comfortable with our setting and what we want to talk about and everything. And then we can talk a little bit about at the end, like our future plans for episodes and what we're gonna be doing in the near future here. But would you like to talk about how we met at all? You want to touch on that
Yeah,
story a little?
so it's really a funny story.
It's a good one.
So I was living in Kennett. I lived there for about 3 years. I lived in an apartment for 2 years, and then I moved to another apartment. And when I moved there, I became friends with my neighbor who happened to be Sal's mom. And at that time, I was in a long-term relationship. And I actually ended up breaking up with that guy. And so it was the beginning of last summer, and it was kind of like hot girl summer. Like, I
Of
didn't
course.
really have, I don't know, I just was kind of like just ready to be single and have fun. And so my friend was like, "You have to apply for The Bachelor. Like, you totally should. You'd be so good on the show." And one night we did it, like, just as a joke. And I didn't think that anything would come of it. But the next day, I got a call from the producer, and they're like, "Hi, this is Sunny from ABC's The Bachelor. I just wanted to let you know that we're interested in pursuing you as one of our candidates. Like, please give us a call back." So I was like, this is unreal. Like, I cannot believe this is happening. And so I called the producer back, and she was like, "Yeah, we looked at about 50 to 75 girls today, and you're the only one that we like contacted out of that pool, and we're interested in, like, for you to continue on in the audition process, because there's 3 rounds to the audition." Um, so I sent in my video and like all these headshots and everything. And then a few weeks later, I got another call from the producer, and she says that I made it through the second round of the audition. So then I was moved on to the third round, which is after the third round is when you're like flown out to LA and you do like in-person interviews and everything like that. So I never made it to that round, but when I met Sal's mom, we were talking, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I applied for The Bachelor, and like we'll see if I'll make it on this season. I don't know." And she was like, "Well, before you do that, like I need to introduce you to my son." So it was so funny because I was like, "Okay, like yeah, like we can go out for drinks or whatever. Just like let me know, like just give him my number or whatever you want." So he DM'd me on Instagram, and then we went out for drinks,
Yeah.
and then after that we like basically he just stayed with me for like a month, and then we started
Yeah.
dating.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't leave your side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good time. It was a lot of fun that summer, and didn't take us long to find out that we were gonna be together for a long time, forever,
Yeah,
and
so
having a
then
baby and stuff. So
yeah, so
go
we
ahead.
met in July, and then in December is when we found out we were pregnant. So
Yeah,
everything's happening very fast, but
yeah. December was a big month. I got in a pretty bad car accident. Kind of almost lost my life. It was pretty scary. And a couple days later, you told me I was having a baby girl, well,
Yeah.
having a baby. We found out it's a baby girl, and that totally changed my life. Absolutely turned everything around for me. I immediately knew that you were the one, and this is what I'm going to be doing with my life, and I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, you
So
got really lucky.
I
That was
did.
like
I'm
a
very,
really scary night.
very, very lucky in many ways. I'm very lucky to have you as well,
Thank you.
and baby girl.
So yeah, that's pretty much how we
That was pretty
met.
much how we met. We've been dating ever since.
And then I moved out of Kennett and I moved home,
that
and
was when you found out
that's
you
when
were
we
pregnant.
found, yeah, that's when I found out I was pregnant. It was in December.
We're from the same childhood town, and we never knew that until we had met in our adult life. But we lived
Yeah.
very close to each other, so you know our relationship's always been very at home, very homey.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was awesome. I love that story. I smile every time I hear it. It's a lot of
It's so funny because
Brings back
whenever I
good
tell
memories.
people, they're like, "You were gonna be on The Batch?
yeah,
Like you would have been so good." And I'm like, "Yeah, I probably would have been the villain."
yeah. You might have
But
been.
I would have like, what if I like went on The Batch and then I found out I was pregnant on The Batch and then they had to send
That
me
would have
home?
been
That would
super
have
dramatic.
literally
This
been,
podcast probably would have been famous already.
maybe.
You know, without even
I would have been
trying.
like the only girl. That'd be so crazy. Plot
Yeah, and
twist.
also good season to miss. That guy sucks. He's
Oh
not
yeah,
not a good season.
Zach,
Terrible
terrible,
season. Absolutely horrible.
terrible.
Yeah. I guess I'm this season's winner of The Bachelor without
Yeah, I
even
guess
applying.
so.
So lucky me. Instead of a cash prize, I get baby girl. Even better.
Yeah.
Feeling pregnant today. You doing okay?
Mhm.
We'll make it quick. I know you gotta get to bed soon. So do you want to talk about some of the, like the difficulties you had a little bit with being pregnant so far? You know, you're almost on your second
Yeah.
trimester.
Yeah, one more week and we're in the third trimester.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That happened quick.
Yeah, 28 weeks is when you hit the third
Okay,
trimester.
cool.
Yeah, the first trimester was very hard. I
Yeah.
never was like throwing up or like nauseous. I just had no appetite.
Yeah.
Like I would be hungry and I would eat 3 bites of something and then I could not finish it at all.
Yeah.
And
I was worried about you.
I was very sensitive to
Lost a lot of weight.
smells. Like I would gag all the time. Brushing my teeth, I would gag.
and
And
sleeping a lot.
yeah, and
Sleeping
then I was so
crazy
tired.
hours.
I would sleep like from 4 to 8 or 4 to 7 the next day. So yeah, it was hard. I was really tired. And I also was living with my parents at the time, so like and then they didn't know I was pregnant. So I just would hide in my room and just be in my room for hours until the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really glad the first trimester is over. I feel like
Second's
when
been
you're
pretty
in
good to
it,
you.
yeah, the second trimester has been great. Like I feel back to myself. I have my energy back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to work 2 jobs. I'm able to stay active. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely feeling it now more, I think. Like my back is hurting every day.
The physical pain's definitely
and
there.
yeah, like my belly
size of the
feels
belly.
heavy. Yeah. But as far as like energy wise,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Appetite's really
Yeah.
good. Sleep's really
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, I've been gaining like good weight but they say at the end of the third trimester you're like back to like it's like back to your first trimester.
Yeah.
Like you're super tired and like you can get sick and stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll see how
We'll
I
have to
do.
update everybody how
Yeah.
it goes. Compare the
Mhm.
trimesters and stuff.
But yeah, it is funny because when you're in the first trimester, you really feel like it's never gonna end. You're like,
Yeah.
this is like my life now. Like I'm just gonna be sleeping all the time and not gonna gain it. Like not
Sleeping
gonna
and
be able
sick
to eat.
for 9
Yeah.
months. Yeah.
But
Very glad you got through that.
yeah, and
Tough-
then
tough cookie.
yeah, it changes once you're in the second trimester. But pregnancy is definitely an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, really is. Do you want to talk about the story of, you know, finding out we were pregnant? Finding out you were pregnant and we were having a baby and how you told
Yeah.
me and stuff.
So I thought I was gonna get my period. I like had
I
all
did not.
okay.
I did not.
I had all the signs, like everything, like my boobs hurt, like I was cramping. And so there's one day I was texting Sal and I was like, he was like, "Are you late on your period?" I was like, No, it's gonna come. Like, don't worry. So anyway, I went to the drugstore and I got a pregnancy test just to like for peace of mind. And so I was at work because I was living with my parents at the time, so I felt like I couldn't take it at home.
Yeah.
So I took the pregnancy test at work and I was in the bathroom and it freaking came back positive in the bathroom at work. And so I'm like sobbing and like panicking in the bathroom. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. And so that night I had plans to go ice skating with all my friends. So I went ice skating and I told my friend Judy, like she was like the first one to know. I
She
was like, I
was.
think I'm pregnant. She was like, oh my God, like it was crazy.
She
And
was excited.
then,
From
yeah,
what she
she was
told me.
excited like from the start. I was like, oh my God, I was like terrified.
We had
And
a day or
then,
two of being terrified, rightfully so.
yeah. And then the next day I went to my doctor and I got a blood test to make sure that it was like positive, positive. Because I didn't want to like tell you and freak you out
Yeah.
and like,
And you also did not talk to me like that whole day.
mm-hmm.
You were kind of
Yeah,
scared to tell me. We had plans to go to dinner with Judy and her boyfriend Jimmy,
yeah,
and told me in the car as we parked at the
mm-hmm.
Victory parking lot, my favorite restaurant. I was so happy to be there. And then I go to sit at this dinner and I'm just like shell shocked the whole
Yeah,
time. I couldn't even get a word out. And
yeah.
then come to find out, I found out a few weeks ago when we all hang out, they knew.
I
So I
know.
didn't have to be as nervous as I was or
Yeah.
as scared as I was. But I went home, I told my dad and my sister just about right away. And then a little bit later, we told the rest of the family and worked our way
Mm-hmm.
down the family tree. And we've had nothing but very, very high support and love
Yeah,
and
we have a
care and
really good
everything.
support
It's been
system.
really good. You know,
It was definitely hard in the beginning because our families are very different.
yeah,
Like
yeah, we
my
definitely
family's
come
very
from some
traditional.
different backgrounds
So
for
my
sure.
it was very, shocking for my parents to hear, but I feel like they've considering how
Yeah,
traditional they are, I feel like they've really accepted
yeah,
like
definitely.
what's
They've been
going
really
on
cool about
and
it, really
they've been
happy about it.
helping us a lot. So,
Yeah, it's been nice.
yeah.
Especially, I think the biggest shock when in the beginning when we're trying to get everything together was like how unready we were. You know, you're a little
Yeah.
more ready than me. You're a year and a half, almost 2 years older than
Mhm.
me. So like, I'm only 23, so I was not. I mean, I figured you'd get pregnant with how careful we were being, but the two and two didn't connect. I wasn't like, okay, that means we're having a baby. That's gonna take 9 months of preparing, 18
Yeah.
years of working. It just caught me a little bit by surprise, but a very, very pleasant surprise to say the least.
Well,
It's
when
been
we
awesome
first found
since.
out, like, we had nothing in line, and like we've gotten so much
Yeah.
stuff
Oh, we've
together
gotten so
since
much stuff done in
basically in
22
like,
weeks.
yeah, 5 months. Like, we got an apartment. Well, we at first we were like gonna try to buy a place, but it was like too rushed and it wasn't the right time.
Market was bad and
So
everything.
we were like, okay, plan B, we got like, we have to have a place to live.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah, that was like really stressful because there was a lot of places that didn't have openings and we were trying
yeah.
to find a place sooner rather than later. So, yeah, we got a place and we
Got a little
got
two
moved
bedroom. We have
in.
our nursery and
Yeah, we have our
stuff. Pretty much
nursery.
everything's in here now. We're all comfortable and
Yeah.
ready to get living. We're like almost fully settled in. Got a
Mhm.
crazy summer of work ahead of us, and then baby girl's here in the fall, and then
Yeah.
we can live our lives, continue our journey, keep doing this podcast, and have baby girl on here once she can talk,
Oh
and
my
everything.
gosh.
Let's see where we're at. Yeah, about 14, so we're getting there. We're almost
Mhm.
back to where we were. That felt pretty easy.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific you wanted to touch on before I, look at any notes or bring anything up?
Mm, I don't think so. I mean, I really think this has been like such a learning experience for both
Yeah,
of us.
definitely.
And like we are young and like I think we're the youngest out of our friends to have kids.
Yeah, by far.
And I do feel like we've like had to grow up really fast, but it's been
Yeah.
good for me.
Yeah,
It's
it's been
been,
really good
yeah,
for
I
me
mean
as
like I,
well. Both of us.
yeah.
Like I said, I've been talking to a lot of people about this. Even though this is definitely a very high stress situation, that's just it is what it is. I feel the best I've ever felt and the happiest I've ever been. I feel the most relaxed, the most at peace with what's going on, and I think it's
Hmm.
because of who I'm with and how excited we are for baby girl and everything.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference. That definitely, correlated to a previous episode. Excuse me, man, I'm stumbling on my words today. Where I talk about how I had to take some time to build a relationship with myself in order to put more energy into a relationship with somebody else. And, here's my results. Got a wonderful fiance and a baby on the way, so can't ask for much more than that. And a beautiful apartment, might I add. I love it here.
Yeah, it's
Very
really
nice
nice here.
area.
Hmm.
Pretty
And it's
pretty
a really,
homey. Some of the things are outdated, which I don't really
it's
care
old,
about.
but it's okay. And it's,
Yeah.
I love that it's a family neighborhood.
Yeah, super
We have
family
a
friendly
community
here.
pool.
Oh yeah.
There's
Gym.
always people like walking with their kids or their dogs, so it's
Yeah.
very oriented.
Yeah, and a super great location too. A lot of round of things that
Hmm.
are convenient for us. And still close to family, still close to both of our jobs. So
And I feel
life's good.
like, when stressful situations or surprises are thrown at you, that like this is literally life. Like
Yeah.
you can't control what happens to you, and you can try your best to like set yourself up for how you want your life to turn out, but at the end of the day, you really don't know. Like
Yeah.
you just you just have to choose to be happy and choose to find the good in every situation. And like there were times where I felt really, really like stressed out
Yeah.
and like actually scared about the situation. But it's progressively gotten a lot better. And, it just, so I feel like it just goes to say that like there's time, like being patient and letting
Yeah.
things like run its course and not like rushing. It would be one thing for us to rush into like getting married and doing a bunch of
Yeah.
other things that like, other people have opinions about and want us to do. But
Yeah.
I think it's important to like, you know, do what you believe is best for
Yeah.
yourself and for the situation, and to try to make the most out of whatever's happening in your life. Obviously, this is like a really amazing thing,
Yeah.
but it also has
Absolutely.
been, it's been hard.
Yeah. And I think it's a really interesting point you bring up, how you don't always have full control over the situations in your life. It's important to find a balance between having control, choose what you can have control of or control over, but otherwise dive into the unknown, embrace the things that are thrown at you in life, because that's part of it. So you got to learn to, take it as it is, be happy with it, and try and relax, stay calm, and
Hmm.
just go through it. Everybody's got to go through something.
Yeah.
Everybody gets thrown a curveball here and there. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, and you want to touch on a little bit about, just brainstorm what we want to talk about in the future, and then we can wrap this up.
Yeah, so I think, it's definitely gonna this is my first pregnancy, so
Yeah, yeah,
I've never been
me
pregnant
too.
before, and just learning so much. I mean, pregnancy is like an all-consuming
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, we
And
could probably do 1,000
I feel
episodes about
like
your pregnancy
even just
symptoms and
like
all that stuff.
my mindset, like it's like when the second I found out I was pregnant, like everything else in my life changed.
Yeah,
Like nothing else mattered
immediately. Me as well.
immediately. It's like crazy how all-consuming it can be. So I think we'll continue to talk about that, and
Yeah.
then also like when we're gonna do an all natural unmedicated birth.
Yep, at the birth
So
center with our midwives.
we'll talk about that a little
Yeah.
bit, and then just like navigating our relationship and
Hmm.
parenting and
Absolutely.
things like that. So stay
Yeah.
tuned if you want to hear more.
Yeah, and also find out baby girl's
Oh
name.
yeah,
Yeah, we're
it's a
super excited
surprise,
about that.
but we
Even though
cannot wait
we're
to share.
terrible at keeping secrets, I
Yeah,
hate surprises, but
terrible.
this is one we're sticking to. We only got to wait like 13 more weeks, so we'll survive.
Yes.
And then yeah, that's would also like to touch on, once the baby is here, like what we choose to do and how we choose to raise our baby. Give any other young parents advice on, you know, what to feed them, or like what organic things you can add to their
Hmm.
life to help, better their lives and better their health and our health as well. So that's what's super important to us. We're a pretty holistic family, pretty natural, very down to earth about the things we do. So we would love to share that experience with you guys. Hope you can all learn from it as well. Any young parents are more than welcome to reach out to us and talk to us, or just leave a comment of any kind, and we'll be happy to discuss it with you and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think that's all I got for tonight. How about you? You
Yeah.
all good? Ready for
Yeah.
bed?
Of
And
course.
some watermelon, late night snack?
Yeah, I love watermelon.
Definitely. Totally. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Sal.
Soriya.
Oh yeah, we'll be back for some more. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Okay,
Thanks for
bye.
watching. Bye. Mwah.